So today we're going to install the always-on backup camera for the bike, which is out there. All right, so I got this wide-angle camera. It's running to a 4.3-inch screen. I'm just testing it right now to make sure that it gets actual video, which it does. You can see here. Just running it to this little portable battery. It is this Car Review LCD monitor. I would prefer a camera without the LEDs on it, so I may buy another one and then just swap it out, but this may do for now, or I'll just cover up the LEDs with like maybe tape or something. I don't know. I just don't like that, but it seems pretty good, and I think it's gonna go well. All right, so I was looking for a solid place to mount, which is actually gonna work out pretty well. So in the front here, I'm gonna mount right here, just below the Speedo tack. That 4.3-inch screen is actually perfect for that. And then at the back here, just under the fender eliminator, we're gonna mount the camera right there. Like I said, I probably will cover the LEDs because it doesn't make any sense. All right, so this thing took on like a Frankenstein all on its own. I didn't like the way the mount was that comes on this screen. By the way, it's a perfect size screen. It's 4.3 inches. It's like one of the old iPhones, I guess, would be significant. Now, if it was a little smaller, I think they make like a 3.7 or 3.6 or something like that. That works really well too. I actually think that would have been perfect because I wouldn't have had any issues with clearance on the bars or cables. But for this, I think this is actually really good size, the 4.3. But anyway, it came with these little brackets on the back along with this stand right here, right? It's supposed to be in your vehicle, so not really on a bike. This screw was on the inside of the bracket with this washer nut in order to be tightened down so you could adjust whichever direction that you want to see. So I didn't like that for what I wanted to do and how I wanted to use the application on the bike. So since I was not going to be using the camera anymore, I just took the bracket off the back of it and made a smaller bracket. So now this is what I'm going to use to mount at the very bottom of that cluster piece, and it'll be hard mounted there, and then I can get under there and move it or whatever. There's no real reason for me to take that cluster off, I think, except for when I put my H9 bulb in, which will happen sometime this week. But otherwise, there won't be a reason for it. If that's the case, though, it will tilt up and I can get under it. So this bracket is what I'm going to be using to mount it inside, and here's the second half of the bracket. Yeah, I think this is going to turn out really good. So, as you can see, the LED lights up, and it's just because it's meant to be a reverse cam, not anything more. Now I can get a different camera that comes off of eBay for $10, and I think that's what I'm going to do is get one of those little bullet cams that doesn't have this deal on it, because obviously there's no reverse feature. So I understand why this camera has the LED ring. So let me go ahead and plug it up. This is just my little makeshift tester. You guys can see where it's mounted. So I'm gonna stop right here, try to do this with one hand. Boom, okay, so now we're good. And this thing is just kind of there. So it'll show like how it's always on and what's behind you. So it's not crazy, it's not bad. There we go. So I just got to figure out what's going on with these fucking LEDs. It could be a good temporary fix until I get this all mounted. But I think at the moment, it's a solid location, not highly visible. I will drill some holes, well, one main hole right here through the back, run it through the tailpiece, and of course give it power. And then give its own individual power pieces to the headlights. Headlight in the front, and then whatever running light that is back here. Or I may just put it on a toggle switch too. That might be the easiest thing to do. See, it's adjustable up and down, so I can actually look down and see gear, speed, and all the other shit. And then I got it running to headlight trigger. Comes in the back right here. It's the easiest way to do it. So then when you fire that bitch up, yeah, boy. It's not bad. Actually turned out okay. I'm thoroughly enjoying the way that it actually turned out, just because I think it actually turned out pretty good with the mounting. I ran most of the wires inside these bearings. Put a little zip tie right here. So I can tuck there. Ran under the tank, the seat inside the trunk. Pulled the whole tail off. Tapped back here at the light as well. And then secondary power and ground on the battery. So it's got enough juice. We ain't taking nothing from it. It's not crazy shaky or anything like that, so it's actually pretty good.